challenged several of us to a challenge. And then I fell off the challenge, and he re-challenged me to a more difficult challenge. And after 655 days of being on a challenge as of today, I thank this man because my health at age 32 with 20 years experience, do the math, I'm able to do more push-ups. I'm stronger, I'm faster, all because of this challenge and our product, and because of this coach who I'm honored to introduce. I've known him for 40 years. He's been the inspiration for me to rise as a young man. He did cut me from the basketball team. I'm still hurting from that. So he has had a major impact on me. Because he's had a major impact on me, it's allowed me to help others. He's had many impacts on the leaders of the company, and he's mentored the leaders, every step of the way over the last 5 years. So I'm honored that I get the privilege to introduce him. And one last thing is that I set a goal in 2006 to reconnect with Coach. All because of Ryan Blair had a thing called PathConnect, which is now BuyNet, and now I get to introduce him once again. So, John, please cue the video.
8 straight postseasons Dale Brown's taken LSU to. Question is, can he do it again and be a Cinderella team this year?
A lot of guys get their W's, hang their banners, and they're on a boat somewhere. Fishing or another. That's not who Brown is.
A beloved name in backstage and never shy of his pen, former LSU basketball coach Dale Brown has some advice for the governor.
Please don't disappoint us. We've been disappointed enough in Louisiana. I just wrote a letter to a local politician complaining about what he said and what's going on. I don't want to do that. I'm retired. We've got to do it ourselves. We must be the change we wish to see. Have you done it? Have you complained? Have you written?
On the line, Dale Brown. Coach, good morning. How are you, sir?
He's one of those guys who, if you were sitting around going, turn around and gone. They're already on the left.
It all depends on us. It's our determination. We don't get angry now. We're in a coma.
People have seen Dale through the years as a promoter, maybe even a self-promoter.
We're always going to be good. It's getting mic'd up. How surprised am I about that? He never saw a microphone get away.
No question about it. He's the P.T. Barnum and Bailey of basketball.
Daddy Brown, Coach Brown. He won't quit. He won't stop. Take them Tigers to the house.
That may be the style, but he's a man of tremendous success.
Learn from others, but don't try to be better than them. And the one thing we're all people, never cease trying to do the best you can be.
When I came here and integrated the program, I got death threats on my way.
He'll take a risk at the drop of a hat for the underdog. He can't help himself.
How many millions are attached?
Every dollar I raise for the college, you mentioned that.
So to be free, Nelson Mandela must be anything.
Former LSU basketball coach Dale Brown is in town today. He's visiting some schools located in Carmel Live from 2:30 to 4, handing out sporting goods equipment for kids who need those items.
It's not your background that counts, it's your backbone that counts.
Basketball is very important, but it's not the most important thing. Once you graduate, you should be somebody.
You're like Superman. What's your name?
He has an ability just to open people up. It's amazing.
Bonjour, America. Change your problems with me.
He loves to see people succeed and do the best.
You control your own destiny. Whether you come out of a welfare family with no father like me, a mother in poverty, 8th grade education.
He's trying to save others from the hardships that he had. if there's an injustice to anyone. He just goes berserk.
Coach Brown, the only guy that stuck up for me.
Great St. Augustine said, wherever there's a law that's unjust, you are obligated to break that.
I have not followed every NCAA rule, and they know that. Sometimes the rules got in his way.
He said it's against the rule. He said, that's why I'm calling you. I'm going to break the rule. I'm telling you up front.
Real confidence comes from knowing and accepting yourself, your strengths and your limitations. If you're looking for a helping hand, look at the end of your damn arm. Don't let up. Never give up under any condition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Coach Dale
I walked in here around 11:30 this morning. I tried to circulate. I've seen a lot of real nice things happen. It's wonderful to see the people that got awards. It was wonderful that people that lost all this weight, the enthusiasm. But all of a sudden, when the lights go off, when you and I leave here and you go home, all of us are eventually. Anyone looks good, by the way, in an inauguration party. This is a fired up time. Everybody feels good. People got a great, there's a great charisma. But when the lights go off, all of us are going to have to face, one time or another, what we call crunch time. Now, what is crunch time? You know, there's a lot of slogans. I remember Nike had a slogan, just do it, etc. So I'd like to share with you today some people that really faced major crunch time. Now, all of us, the 7 billion of us, in critical moments in our life, we're going to have to make decisive action that takes some courage to make. It's so easy when you're up here smiling and getting an award, or you come off the court, throwing your fist and you won a basketball game. But what happens when you have difficulty? You've got to have courage. You can't practice any other virtue without courage. Now, courage isn't courage to fight physically. Courage is the ability to get back up when you've been knocked down. Remember watching Bill Gates one night on a TV show, and they're saying, you're the richest man in the world. What made you the richest man in the world? Without even pondering the answer, he said, I'm not the smartest person in the world. He said, I may not be the most creative person in the world, but the one thing I always felt I had going for myself, he said, whenever I met a problem, whenever I had a challenge, I took immediate and massive action. Let me tell you about your company, Visalis. I've been with Visalis from the very beginning, from its embryo stages. It's kind of like a little baby you see walking. Visalis has been very close during crunch time of getting knocked down, but they were able to get back up, and they were able to get back up for two primary reasons. One, they were masters. Your three leaders, totally opposite personalities. Blake, Nick, and Ryan, just diametrically opposite, yet they're able to blend in as one. They were not selfish and greedy, and they wanted to lead out of disaster. And as a result, Visalis, like the bouncing ball, has bounced back time again and time again. It's called crunch time. Let's go to sports. We used to call them practice starts at 3. We used to call them, wow, can you believe how John can shoot? He's a 3 o'clock shooter. But when the game clock went on, all of a sudden the guy At 3 o'clock, you could hit everything. Now the pressure's on. You can't make a sale. Things went bad at home. You just came off a divorce. You're fighting a drug addiction. Your bank account's not very good. That's what crunch time is. The most successful people in the world are those that are able to manage crunch time. And as I say, we can all get on a tuxedo and we can really look good. But how do we look when we're disheveled, when we're knocked down?